Welcome, my dear students, to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. Dear children, today we shall start with our new topic, that is chapter number 17 of English grammar, active voice and passive voice. So look out here, there are two sentences given here. The boy kicked the ball, the boy was kicked by the boy. The two sentences are saying the same thing, but the voice is different. You can see here in both the sentences what is the difference. The boy kicked the ball. In the first sentence you can see the boy kicked the ball and the ball was kicked by the boy. So there are two special forms of verbs called voice, and that is known as active voice and passive voice. In the two sentences given above, the first sentence is in the active voice. So here you can say the first sentence, the boy kicked the ball. When the subject does the action, the sentence is said to be in the active voice. So you can see here the sentence given, the boy kicked the ball. So in this sentence the subject is doing the action, the boy is kicking the ball. So this voice is said to be in active voice. And the second sentence you can see the ball was kicked by the boy. In the first sentence, who kicked the ball? It is said to be the boy. The subject is the boy. The boy is the subject of the sentence and it is doing the action of kicking the ball. Hence, the sentence is said to be in the active voice. So children, in active voice always the subject does an action, so it is said to be an active voice. So next one, when the subject is not doing the action, the sentence is said to be in the passive voice. When the subject is not doing an action, it is said to be the passive voice. Here children, you can see in the second sentence the subject is the ball. But in the first sentence the subject was the boy. It is not kicking, hence the subject is not doing the action. Such a sentence is called the passive voice. How to use the active voice while using in the sentences? So usage of active voice. We generally use the active voice while expressing our day-to-day activities. While we express our day-to-day activities, that time we use active voice. For example, you can see here, examples are given. I caught the bus to school today. I met many of my friends in the bus. So here you can see I caught the bus. Who caught the bus? The subject is I. I caught the bus to school today and I met my friends in the bus. Next is we chatted and laughed. So we is the subject. We chatted and laughed. When we reached the school, the bell rang. We settled down at our desk ready for the new day. So in each of these sentences given above, you can see the subject is doing the action. So in these sentences you can say I caught the bus, we chatted, we reached, the bell rang and we settled down. In these sentences you can find out that the subject is doing the action. So next is usage of passive voice. So when we use passive voice, we use the passive voice when we want to make the active object more important. We do not know the active subject. So in these two cases we use passive voice. The first one is we want to make the active object more important and we do not know the subject, right? For example, you can see here, many people were drowned in the flash floods. Importance to the subject is not given, but importance to the object is given. See, many people were drowned in the flash floods. My bag has been stolen. By whom? Or the subject is not known. In the sentence, you can see the bag is been stolen, but how the bag is stolen and who had stolen the bag, we don't know. So here subject is not known. So these are the two cases when we use passive voice. One is when the active object is more important and the active subject we don't know, right? Let us examine a few more sentences. The dog chased the rat. The verb is chased here. The subject of the sentence is the dog. Dog is the subject and the verb is chased. The subject is doing the action, hence the sentence is an active sentence. So dog is the subject and dog is doing an action, right? Next, the boys gave gifts to the old people. So here you can see the verb is gave and the subject is the boys. The subject is doing the action, hence the sentence is an active sentence. The rat was chased by the dog. So here you can see the verb is was chased and the subject is the rat. Here but the subject is not at all doing the action, but the sentence is a passive sentence. Gifts were given to the old people by the boys. Here the verb is were given and the subject is gifts. Here also the subject is not at all doing the action. Hence the sentence is known to be passive sentence. So these are the things you have to think and do, what is an active voice and what is a passive voice. Once again I am explaining an active voice where the subject is doing an action, but in passive voice the subject is not at all doing an action. Children, I am just revising. We have learned what is active voice and what is passive voice, how the active voice is used in the sentence while it is expressed in our day-to-day activities, and how the passive voice is used when the active object is more important and when we don't know what is the active subject. So next is, when we change the active voice into passive, the sentence undergoes two major changes. When we change the active voice into passive voice, what happens? The sentence has many changes. The subject goes into the predicate and the verb undergoes a change. The subject will change to the predicate and the verb will undergo a change. So see here, for example, the cat drank the milk. You can see what is going on here. The cat is doing an action, so it is the active voice. But when it is changed to passive voice, you can see here, the milk was drunk by the cat. So here the subject is not doing an action. The milk was drunk by the cat. So it is changed to passive voice. In the second sentence, the subject, the cat, is shifted to the predicate. So the subject is being shifted as predicate and the verb drank is changed to was drunk. So when you change the active sentence into passive form, these two changes are undergoing. One is the subject changes into predicate and the verb also undergoes a change. So children, today we have completed our chapter number 17, active voice and passive voice. Hope you like this video. Thank you children. Stay home. Stay safe.